Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the nitty-gritty world of construction management. And let me tell you, this ain't your grandpappy's tool belt we're talking about. We're tackling a critical document known as the method statement. Now, whether you're a seasoned construction veteran with calluses thicker than a 2x4, or a bright-eyed newbie fresh out of trade school, understanding method statements is like having the blueprint to a safe, efficient, and top-notch project. We're talking about the difference between a building that stands the test of time and one that, well, let's just say you wouldn't want to be around if a stiff wind kicked up. First things first, we gotta know what we're dealing with. A method statement always kicks off with the who, what, where, and when of a project. We're talking about nailing down the specifics, the exact location of the job site, the overall scope of the work, and the particular task or activity that needs to get done. You can't build a house without a solid foundation, and you can't write a solid method statement without laying out the groundwork. It's about clarity, people. We gotta make sure everyone's on the same page, speaking the same language before a single shovel hits the dirt. Alright, now that we've got our bearings, it's time to roll up our sleeves and dive into the nuts and bolts of the operation. This is where the method statement really gets down to brass tacks. We're talking about a detailed description of the task at hand, every single step from start to finish. What materials are we using? What tools are we gonna need? Are we talking heavy machinery or good old-fashioned elbow grease? This section is all about painting a crystal clear picture of the work involved, so there are no surprises down the road. Remember, clarity prevents calamities. You know how in a recipe, you gotta add the ingredients in a specific order? Same deal here. The work sequence section of a method statement lays out the entire process, step by step, like a well-choreographed dance. We're talking about a logical, sequential breakdown of each task, ensuring a smooth and efficient workflow. Think of it as the conductor's score, making sure all the different instruments in the orchestra are playing in harmony. Because when everyone's in sync, the project sings. Now I can't stress this enough, folks. Safety isn't just a box to check off, it's the lifeblood of any successful construction project. This chapter of the method statement is dedicated to keeping our hardworking men and women safe and sound. We're talking about a comprehensive rundown of all the safety precautions and measures in place. What kind of personal protective equipment or PPE is mandatory? What safety protocols need to be followed to a T? And what potential hazards should everyone be aware of? This section is all about identifying and mitigating risks before they turn into accidents. Because remember, a safe job site is an efficient job site. Let's face it, folks, construction is a bit like a contact sport. There's always a chance someone might get thrown for a loop. That's why the risk assessment section of a method statement is so critical. It's all about identifying potential hazards and figuring out ways to either avoid them altogether or minimize their impact. Are we working at a dizzying height? Let's make sure those harnesses are up to snuff. Heavy machinery rumbling around? Let's map out clear traffic patterns. We're talking about taking a proactive approach to safety, anticipating problems before they have a chance to rear their ugly heads. These days, we're all about being mindful of our impact on the planet, and that includes construction. The environmental considerations section of the method statement dives into how our work might affect the surrounding environment, and, more importantly, what steps we're taking to minimize any negative consequences. Are we dealing with hazardous materials? Let's make sure they're disposed of properly. Noise pollution a concern? Let's explore ways to muffle the ruckus. This chapter is all about building responsibly and leaving the site in better shape than we found it. In construction, cutting corners is a big no-no. The quality control chapter of a method statement is all about ensuring we're building it right, from the ground up. This section outlines the standards and procedures we're following to guarantee the highest quality of work. Think of it as the recipe card that ensures every ingredient is measured to perfection. We're talking inspections, tests, checks, and balances, all designed to maintain consistency and prevent any shoddy craftsmanship from slipping through the cracks. Because at the end of the day, we want to be proud of the structures we build. You can't win a war without soldiers, and you can't build a skyscraper without the right resources. This chapter of the method statement is all about taking inventory, making sure we have everything we need to get the job done right. How many skilled workers are required at each stage? What materials need to be ordered and when? What kind of heavy equipment are we going to need to wrangle those steel beams? This section is all about logistics, folks, making sure the right resources are in the right place at the right time. Now, before a single hammer swings or a nail gets hammered, the method statement needs to get the official seal of approval. This is where the project managers, supervisors, safety officers, and any other relevant parties sign off on the plan, indicating they've reviewed it, understand it, and are on board with every single detail. Think of it as the final huddle before the big game, making sure everyone is on the same page and ready to execute the game plan. Once everyone has signed on the dotted line, we're ready to rock and roll. Finally, no method statement would be complete without a little backup. This last chapter is like the bibliography at the end of a research paper. It lists all the sources, standards, codes, regulations, and guidelines that inform the plan. Think of it as the supporting cast, the unsung heroes that ensure our construction project is up to code, safe, and built to last. Well, folks, there you have it, a crash course in method statements. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the initial planning stages to the final signatures. Remember, a method statement isn't just a piece of paper, it's the roadmap to a successful construction project. It's about keeping our workers safe, ensuring quality craftsmanship, and building structures that stand the test of time. So next time you see a construction site, remember that behind all those hard hats and heavy machinery is a carefully crafted plan, a testament to the power of preparation and a commitment to doing the job right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more informative content on construction management. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, leave a comment below. Until next time, stay safe and build smart.